Te Reviento. So a close war, as you can see, and came down to the end, and they 3-starred a lot of our bases, but not too far up, and then we did not too bad. Not missed 1 2-star on the Town Hall 10 at the top. So let's start having a look at what we're going to have a quick look at next. First base I think we're going to look at is number 10, and this is one from Leo. Leo doing really well in the wars at the moment, and this is kind of mass witch, one of those bases where lots of rings, lots of things, so there are not many barriers to witches, so by quaking into the base, then the witches should run riot. The only problem with witches or witch attack is going to be those wizard towers and the mortars, so hopefully when we get golems in, we should be able to do something about those quite quickly. That's part of the reason why they're using the heal spell, but using wizard's cutting, and now everything's going in towards the centre. King's ability used, and now try and deal with the clan castle. All clan castle gone down, everything going through the centre. Few too many witches going around the outside, but I think we'll find that helps in the long run. Heal in the centre, just keep everything going, and now we can see most of the centre is being taken care of. Huge amount of witch skeletons now going around the outside, being more and more being spawned by the witches, and they're just taking everything out the outside. Queen in the centre is taking out all the splash defences, and as I said before, that's really key in all these witches attacks. The point defences aren't going to be able to fire quick enough to be able to do any problems. Golem was still tanking to let the Queen be unattacked by point defences, and now really it's just a matter of kind of the witches being able to clear around. Already 83%, so this one should be in the bag shortly. You can see one of the problems in some ways. Giant Bomb has taken out a lot of skeletons, but still with this number of witches left, it's still going to be slightly inevitable to what their outcome is going to be. Just the point defences just get completely and utterly overwhelmed. And it's a problem in some ways with having ringed bases, because ringed bases just allow the skeleton just to kind of swarm right around the base. As the equivalent to kind of level 6 archers, and is something particularly serious in the way they're going to be able to deal with everything around. I expect another double bomb or giant bomb in between the two, but I think in terms of still with the number of witches open, even though I'll take out most of the skeletons. Oh, sorry, it's just a spring trap, and that one's finished. So what else are we going to have a look at? Number 12. No. We'll particularly look at a few others, because quite a few 3-stars in these ones, just to kind of show some attacks by some other people. So let's have a look at this attack. It's by MacFaz, and kind of additional kind of go wee wee type things, using lots of kind of golems. Just shows go wipe, apologies, go wipe will work, and just need to make sure that you're breaking in and not getting your wall breakers destroyed by the expo, but that's, apart from that little minor mistake, I'm sure that we'll see, as I know this is going to be a 3-star effect going through. One of the other key parts of it is the case is the funneling, and we can see that we've already missed where the kind of 3 peckers are going to go, so that's going to go around the outside. A hound in the clan castle isn't really going to make much effect, because basically most of that point fence and the expos and things are going to be concentrating on golems and golemites for quite a long time. The fact is the hound is not getting anything to attack because there's no wizards or anything there to blow it up, so that's basically going to be ignored. The queen, for instance, is going around the outside with the with the peckers, so in some ways it's kind of split, the defences have worked out quite well to split them up. See the king's still now hammering away at the town hall, and the hound really is pretty ineffectual against the golem, not really having much effect at all. What's important is, when you're having these sort of defences, is how much benefit you get from kind of things like the golems and so on. In this case, actually huge amounts of benefits come from the golem. In the centre, it's just basically kept the king unattacked to a whole process. So it's when everything's gone around the outside, it hasn't really made much difference in terms of, because the king's been able to take out most of the centre. One defence, 2 defences now left to go. Still got the queen's ability. For some reason, like always, wants to kind of do something silly, like belting through the walls. And of course, you'll lock onto the hound, which just delays the inevitable. But on the other hand, that is what the queen likes to do. Sometimes you do not understand exactly what she's going to do. The archers and the queen taking up the last few pups. The king's gone down due to the attack of the cannon as he's trying to beat through the wall, but the queen finishes it off. Nice attack, Fuzzy. Okay, let's have a look, see what else we can find. So a bit of the town hall 10 action, because obviously important in all these wars is you've got 2-star town hall 10s, because if you don't 2-star town hall 10s, that's going to cause us an enormous amount of problems. So in this case, just traditional attacks really. There's nothing kind of fancy about it. We're going to use the kind of freeze, and we're going to also use witches, and you'll find some witches in the clan castle, because obviously you can bring your own, and just a kind of traditional things, funnel your way in, and basically try and get everything to the centre, get the town hall, and after you've got the town hall, then basically you're getting your 50%. It's nice if there's time afterwards, particularly if there's lots of other time afterwards, then to try and find out how you're going to do a 3-star attack. But 3-star in Town Hall 10 is not easy, and often requires multiple attacks, even though in some ways these ones where the king and queen are quite low level, still those infernos still hurt regardless. So everything now funneling towards the centre, which is where whoever wanted it. Queen's coming up through. King decides to go for walkies, but that's not a problem. It'll take some other buildings out, which will get us to our 50%. There goes the town hall. Still everything going through. Problem is at this now point, I've got lots of things in the centre. It needs to get out through the walls. And that's one of the problems you end up with as you end up with less golems. So basically all the witches and everything else are now kind of vulnerable to things like wizard towers. That's why you need your golems tanking in front of you. Still got one freeze left. But now not huge amounts of troops. Queen's under attack, which she's been a bit weaker than the king, means she'll go down quite quickly. Freeze is out of anything, is a little bit wrong timing. We'll just take a few little pieces out around the outside, and then as we get through, speed up a little bit, because let those mortars and the wizard tower and the archer tower is going to deal with everything that remains. But yeah, Harry got his job done, and that helps all the way through to win this particular war, as we actually won it by 1. Last attack I want to show was Cleetus, because these last two attacks are showing you were kind of right at the end of the war, and they had to make a decision how we wanted to get 3 more stars to win the game. So this one is obviously a Town Hall 9 coming up, and the intention really is just to try and get the 1 star, though Cleetus's heroes are quite high, volunteered monthly for the job, and then just basically it says, can we get to 50%, because that's what we're going to try and do, to try and get ourselves on 1 star, which ended up being the kind of key thing that ended up winning the war. So here it is. Not going to try and do anything fancy. Really, we're just trying to get what we can. We've got minions in this as well, because what we're going to try and do is, as the defences go down, then the minions are going to be sent in to try and take out that extra few percentage. Because at the end of the game, one of the things that's going to be key, if you get into tie, is who's going to win the tiebreaker. Because there's no more draws left anymore, so it's quite important that those draws are kind of turned into wins, and that's going to be by percentages. So realistically, if we can get 1 star even, then it doesn't matter, but if we can get 1 star and we can also get kind of high percentage, then if it got to become a draw, then that would be key. So here we go, still got everything going through, the minions kind of come in, and they're going to try and take out a few extra defences. And you can see the whole bottom end of this base is taken out. And the option was to try and take out the top end, but with all the Infernos and with all the kind of Teslas and everything else in there, it was always going to be a little bit more difficult. So the view was the best way of getting 1 star on this particular base was to go from the bottom. Last few pieces, just the odd minion trying to do a little bit, and that's going to go quite quickly when it gets close to the air defence, which is now. Thank you, Cleetus. That did your job as well. Well done, Gophers.